Christmas every day of the year. So why can't it be Christmas every day of the year? Is this such a non-realistic sentiment? We don't believe it is. It's not, actually. Because when we say Christmas, many of you think of the holiday with the gifts and the celebrations and the family and the friends, the many gatherings that happen throughout your countries and throughout your worlds, no matter what you name, no matter what the name is for the holiday or the event. Similar things happen around that holiday and around that event all over the world. But of course, it's only one time a year. And this is the problem, actually. What if you made your Christmases, your holidays around the idea of Christmas once a month, once a week, where you celebrated, where you gathered, where you conversed with loved ones and friends, and you did all of the things in the feeling that you do all of the things? What would your world look like? For those of you who are conscious creators, I want you to think about, think about what becomes not so normal during the period of your Christmas holidays, Christmas celebrations. Now, we don't have any statistics, but we would dare say, because of the energies, the frequencies, the tones that are expressed by so many, the nature of the tones and the frequencies expressed by so many during that period of time, that your crime goes down, that your hate goes down, that your frustration goes down, that your depression goes down among the large, vast numbers of humanity, that is normally there, that is constantly their normal as they go to work, as they are at home with their spouse, their partner, their children, during that period of time, because a certain feeling is sown around that idea of that holiday, because certain frequencies and tones are sown as true around that idea of a holiday. And so many individuals are expressing those frequencies because of the holiday, that which is normal life becomes not so normal, and experiences of the frequencies and the tones of love, of gratitude, of celebration, those frequencies and tones carry with it experiences during that period of time, during the period of time of that holiday, that everyone participates in. Your home, your city, your state, your country, all expresses the frequencies that create those types of experiences during that period of time, during that month. But nobody has taken and noticed the difference. Everyone settles into that idea. Everyone settles into the feeling of that idea. And in that expression, you create the experience of that feeling as it is reflected back to you. Wow, think about that. And now the question that we started with, could there be Christmas year-round? Could there be Christmas daily? Obviously, you know, as a conscious creator, as one who is aware and participating consciously and intentionally in the law, that the truth is not about presents and gifts. The truth is not about that specific day on the calendar and the days before it, leading up to it, and the days following it, during which the feeling is still being expressed. We're not talking about dates. We're not talking about calendars. We're not talking about days of the week. We're talking about the feeling. We're talking about the frequencies, the tones that are being expressed and that are being reflected back to each one individually and collectively, as families, as groups, as communities, as towns, as cities, as states, as countries. We're talking about the frequencies, the tones, the energies that are expressed during that period of time, and the nature of a life experience that is reflected as a result of those frequencies and tones expressed. Can it be Christmas year-round? Yes, it can. Can your life reflect the nature of the Christmas season? Yes, it can. Because we are talking about the frequencies that you are choosing to express. We are talking about the tones that you are engaging and expressing as an individual, as source energy, as the God that you seek, choosing to express the highest of frequencies, the highest of tones, your Christmas frequencies, your Christmas tones. And in so doing, they are reflected back to you by law. But you must be intentional about it. To overcome the low-level frequency, vibrational programming that you have received to this point. You have been programmed to feel a certain way about your job. You have been programmed to feel a certain way about your relationships, about your health, about your finances, all of these different areas of life and layers inside of those segments of life. You have been programmed into low vibrational ideas, with low vibrational thought processes, with low vibrational expressions of emotion. Each one of you expressing in this fashion is creating the nature of your reality, of your experience, that it will be and is being reflected back to you. So what if you took the frequencies and the tones that are expressed during your Christmas holiday and you made that your normal? You played and practiced with consistently expressing the frequencies, the tones of your Christmas holiday. The connectivity between family and friends. The loving conversations between strangers that you meet at the store. Not caring about their politics. Not caring about their sexual orientation. Not caring about their checkered past. But in that moment, expressing the gratitude, the love, the joy of the Christmas season. And if you look deeply, you find the nature of source. You find your nature, the nature of your inner being, the truth of you, who perceives life from the highest of frequencies, the highest tones, who understands life from the perspective and the position of the higher frequencies and the higher tones, who understands that love is an expression. And when you're expressing love purely, that those areas of life, those areas of community, of state, and of country that you deem so important become less and less important, because if your experience is coded and molded and touched and tainted by the frequencies and the tones that you express. And if you're expressing gratitude and love and joy and excitement, then what's there to worry about? There's nothing to argue about. There's no opposition, because everyone and everything is taken care of in its own form and fashion, beautifully within the frequencies and the tones that you are choosing to express as an individual, as a family, as a group, as a community, as a city, as a state, as a country. Frequencies and the tones that you are expressing is what will be reflected back to you. Christmas daily can be a reflection. It can be reflected in your daily life. It can be reflected in your family. It can be reflected in your city. It can be reflected in your state, in your country. It can flood your governments. It can flood your interpersonal relations. It can flood your families. It can flood your sporting events. It can flood all interactions, whether familiar or stranger. But each one of you is at the center, at the core of your reality, of your verse. And when you stand shoulder to shoulder with another who understands and who has chosen to be a conscious creator and who is playing and practicing with the highest frequencies, the highest tones, intending Christmas daily, well, then the two of you can affect millions with the frequencies and the tones that you are choosing to express, that you are intending to express. Without resistance and without opposition, because you have practiced and played with it so much that you know that they are being reflected back to you. This is all. This is all. We are thankful and grateful for the opportunity to share. We are thankful for the vessel. We are thankful for each of you who are offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We are here for you from our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, that which we know will be impacting, transforming, and accelerating your ability to see your potential and to create the life that you desire. And also that you be a beacon of light to others, all that you come in contact with your energies, with your personal signature. We honor you, we celebrate you, and we love you. We love you, we love you. Thank you.